ban out the Oracle first. Wings for the third game straight. And whenever you're going against EG, they will get rid of the Wisp. But look at this. This time they ban out the Venomancer's second pick. Will Drow Ranger receive a ban here next, or is she going to creep her way into this game?
So, Bulba, I think with this series, with this game right now, 4 of the 5 games going back to TI, EG has banned Oracle against Wings, with game 1 being the one game that they didn't. So, just from that perspective, being as familiar with EG as you are, and of course with DC as well, like, what is your philosophy against this team when you're talking about drafts or just general strategy?
Against EG?
Against Wings.
Well, I think, I don't know, it's just, you gotta maybe mimic what they do. In a way, you don't show everything. And that's kind of what EG kind of did last game as well. Like, the Veno didn't, it was not really a Veno jungle. The Veno went offlane dueling, so suddenly it screws up with Wings' idea. And maybe you need to do that, because I think Wings, they've lost to, like, they've only lost 3 games so far in this tournament, right? They've lost 2 games to VP, and they lost this 1 game to EG. So, like, they definitely are, like, feeling a bit threatened, you know, in a way, because they kind of were invincible. So Bat Rider, which wasn't picked at all last game, and it was banned, I think, second phase. It wasn't picked in the first phase, now it's come back. And Bat in general is just, like, I think one of the best heroes so far in this tournament. I mean, every tournament kind of has, like, a few heroes that have done really well. Like, this tournament's, like, Bat has done really well.
Look, Bat's always kind of up
Bat's just been relevant forever.
Yeah.
He's just
I mean, TI wasn't, like...
He struggled a bit at TI.
TI, you know,
TI.
so...
I'm thinking, like, TI3 and such. Like, this hero still was.
He's always
first
been
picked, yeah. But EG did pass on him in the last game, as mentioned. This time, though, they do not hesitate. They snag it up here. What do you get with it now? I mean, you still got that Ogre in the pool. Do you just grab an Ogre?
That's kind of the obvious pick for EG there. Like, they've been loving the Ogre, so they could do that. They could also be like an Undying pick, possibly. Still a lot of options for them. Because that's also a cool thing about Bat, you know. Can go in really anywhere. And Wings, they have a few options for what their carry hero could be still as well. So, I mean, that's the whole thing about this Warlock. And they picked Undying.
It was even something that I believe Resolution on the earlier couch was saying that, you know, they may consider in the last game was, for EG, was putting more emphasis on the lanes, and one of the best at doing that would be an Undying.
So,
this time they go for it.
Well, Wings, what do they want now? They see Bat Undying right now so far from EG. They need to think about, obviously, Undying as like a super strong laner.
Should they get an early Naga again?
I don't think they will go that route. I think that every game they pick Naga, they've lost. So, regardless if it supports or core, I think they need to pick. They might pick like Nyx. They could pick Weaver. Weaver is very good right now versus Bat and Undying.
Still a Luna,
yeah.
Shadow Demon type thing for them. And interestingly enough, against Wings in China, they haven't been doing that well recently. The last few months, there's actually a nickname for them that they've been, you know, drawing every single series they've played, best of 2s in ACE and DPL. And what's been happening is, because Wings rotates so well and so precisely early on, teams have been running a lot of tri-lanes against them. So this might be what the Undying's a part of, that philosophy, that approach where if you can keep the supports there in the tri-lane, they can't beat you with those rotations as easily. So I'm not sure if that's the direction that EG is going this time.
I mean, yeah, online as well, like, they kind of are trying to find their rhythm back. So they banned the Night Stalker. Good ban there, but because Wings ran this exact same opening versus DC, I think, the last series.
Yep, they did.
And they had it doesn't really show anything again. It shows Warlock Luna. It's a very strong lane. In general, it's really hard to do much versus this lane. Undying is definitely one of the better heroes versus this lane, as well as Bat though. I know that, like, playing Luna versus Bat, it's kind of annoying in lane because of the sticky and stuff.
Yeah.
So, and she has kind of high turn rate. So ban Night Stalker. What does Wings want? Wings needs to ban some EG hero that's good with this. They could ban the OD. OD is generally kind of good versus Warlock in a way, because you kill the rock really fast with the orb. What else could they ban? Something that EG would like. Last time EG had this Bat Undying, they had like Lanaya mid. They also had Disruptor, I recall. It was a game versus Faceless. EG's definitely comfortable running this opening.
Wings thinking extra about this one now, going into the reserve time here.
I'd probably go the safe route and ban the OD.
Yeah, we saw them ban the OD in the second phase in game number 1.
Ban Ursa.
But they will...
Yeah, so EG had Ursa as well in this draft. They had Ursa safely, if I recall.
EG's been running Ursa quite a bit this tournament as well.
Ursa himself has been very hot and cold this tournament. Coming into maybe today or yesterday he was very, very cold. So I guess recently he found a little bit of success, but was not going to be his tournament for a while there. And EG been out the Beastmaster.
And EG been the beast.
Do you think Wings is going to do something like the Earthshaker again, or just going to wait first to see the other second support? Just pick up an offlaner or some of the one of the other cores first.
Yeah, they could just wait. What did they pick? They picked the Nightstalker Earthshaker last time.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Well, Earthshaker's really bad versus Bat, I think, in general throughout the game. It's like he's not going to really do anything to the Bat Raider offlane. So they have two options. They can offlane dual lane, or they can just go pick a tri-lane to secure versus the Bat Undying. They could also pick something to solo the Bat. They could pick like Nyx Assassin or Puck.
Nyx Assassin. Sounds pretty nice.
Wings does need some stuns though. They banned the Lifestealer. That means they might be looking for a Nyx pick.
First, we got to go away to EG here for their potential third pick. Haven't revealed too much.
So EG, Wings did not ban OD, so probably means they comfortable doing whatever versus the OD. Like they don't think the OD was like completely owning them last game.
They'd be okay with the Nyx against that too.
Yeah.
If the OD came out here.
Exactly.
Reserve time.
Yeah, very true. So if that's the case, do you skip to something else? Sumail Storm Spirit? Or
Storm
Invoker?
What does EG need? Tor want most likely. Because they kind of, whenever EG plays second pick, they kind of actually save Sumail's hero for last. General. Because they want to counter pick the enemy mid.
So if you have this draft right now, do you confidently go into a tri-lane with Wings knowing that Luna and Warlock is going to be a part of it, or does Warlock kind of make tri-laning very painful for you, especially with Luna?
I mean, just depends on how the lane is played. This Rubik Undying, if they aggro with the Rubik Undying, it's quite strong because Rubik Lift is really strong in tri-lanes.
Isn't this what DC had? Didn't they do Rubik Undying as well?
Yeah, they did. But yeah, it's quite similar, except the bat was different. It was a
Yeah.
Beastmaster.
I think right. It was.
It was Beast.
It was Beast.
Undying Rubik.
Yeah.
I think Wings and some other teams have liked to pair the Clockwork, although so far this tournament they've run a lot of dual off lanes instead. So
Yeah, Clockwork's really hard to play versus those three heroes. Bat
Rubik.
is really good versus Clock. Undying is also kind of annoying versus Clockwork. And Rubik is one of the best heroes. So Kunkka,
That one was.
Ice's hero.
Yeah.
speaking of turning back the clock towards TI, we saw this hero all the time. Kind of fell off a little bit. What have you guys thought about this hero in the last few months?
I mean, he got hit by a lot of nerfs. His laning, his torrent level 1 is really weak. And people had to also switch up the item builds on him, as well as the skill builds. You don't max the second spell anymore on him, I think. You go like the mana boots, and then you max X, and you play him kind of as like a catch hero. He's actually kind of decent versus Bat in some ways because of the X kind of can cancel, and it's easy to catch. The Juggernaut pick is really good though versus Kunkka. I know Kunkka hates playing with Juggernaut because you can't really he can negate the X mark.
Rubik's also quite good, obviously, versus like all three of these.
Yeah, obviously a plethora of options to take.
So Wings has options of like maybe they pick Invoker here. Oh, what else does Blink play? Okay, they pick the Axe.
The Axe, right in response to that Jug coming out.
I think what EG's gonna do is they're going to aggro tri-lane. They're gonna put the Bat Rider top versus the offlane Axe, because they don't want the Axe to be able to Iron Talon jungle.
10 seconds.
And with that, they also pressure the Warlock and the Kunkka and the Luna. And their tri-lane is really, really strong on EG. And I think Bat has a favorable matchup for Axe.
You think like with the Jug tri-lane versus like Luna Warlock Kunkka?
Yeah. And what this also does is that now they save Sumail's hero for last to counterpick the enemy mid. So they ban Razor. I think Wings should pick Invoker. I don't see what else they pick. There's also Mirana still in the pool. Those are like Blink's favorite heroes, I think. If he loves Invoker, Mirana, and Timbersaw the most.
Is the Razor Band setting up an OD again?
It could be, right?
Could be baiting, like, you know, maybe they don't actually want to pick OD. They could pick a Templar Assassin. I think EG might pick TA.
Yeah.
10 seconds remaining.
Storm ban.
Get rid of the storm. Wings could pick something now for themselves in anticipation for something like that TA/OD in the mid lane.
So let's see what Wings picks here. I think they want Invoker. If Wings pick Invoker, EG will instantly pick TA.
You think of like a sniper or something in this situation.
Shit.
Damn, Jack!
Not too much gap close, deal with Tombstone, and as far as OD, it's a good matchup as well if the OD comes out. So
That's true.
Insta pick Sniper.
plenty of heroes to get in front of him too.
Looks like a VP draft almost. Luna Sniper together.
Does this
I
also
love these.
deter the option of a TA too? This TA matchup not that well against Sniper. I imagine she has a hard time getting to
TA
him.
and OD both have some trouble versus Sniper.
Yeah, so Wings picks the Sniper because they preemptively think EG will pick OD. EG will probably not pick OD anymore unless they don't care about this matchup. Because last game they picked OD into Razor, and they didn't really care about it. I think it might be. They have like what TA, OD. What else does Summel play?
Invoker?
They still have the
Invoker
Invoker.
still.
So, I mean, it's kind of hard to play versus Sniper too in lane, but it's good later on for obvious reasons.
Who's good against a Sniper in the mid lane?
This was a couple months ago, a couple weeks ago. We would have seen like a PA or something, right?
Holy shit.
Oh, a Morphling. So
This is like the exact
mid lane Jug?
kind of same
Or-
lineup that DC had versus.
This is like the exact same thing, right?
Yeah, well, not exact.
I know. There's the two heroes switched out, but
Yeah, but the tri-lane is the same, because that means it's now a Juggernaut mid, and a Morphling safe lane, and Bat's Undying off lane. So, Morphling is quite good versus Axe the game.
I'm a bit worried though because they have like Wings always drafts this like kind of team fight lineup, and EG doesn't really have a great team fight lineup to like if they once they group up with the Luna, you know, they have their ults online. It's actually really hard for EG to fight. They're gonna have to split push pretty well or get a really good start with the Undying.
So Morphling versus Axe is a bit weird. I think Morphling kind of owns Axe, like in some ways, because you can kind of take the replicate of him and you can just farm
Yeah.
super fast with them. And in
Yeah.
lane as well, Axe doesn't really own Morph that too hard. But later on, when Axe buys Blade Mill, I know Morphling hates by playing versus Axe, because in general, he can kind of lock down Morphling when he's split pushing, as well as the Blade Mill is really good because Morphling loves like morphing down to full agi.
Yeah, and you can't
farm.
morph while you're called.
Yeah, and you die like super
You
fast.
die super quick. Yeah.
And away we go. It's game number 3, Wings versus EG. The winner of this game will face OG tomorrow in our first series. And of course, the winner of that will face Virtus Pro, who have been waiting in the finals right now.
So I actually think the hero to look out for this game that can have the most impact is actually this Rubik. I think the Rubik can kind of take over the game because he's gonna have quite an easy lane. Can we check Axe's items if he's laning?
Yes. Yeah.
Shit.
Okay,
Just
a little
blocking
bit. Throw up and straight
in trouble
back
now.
into a torrent. Arteezy's in
Arteezy?
trouble. Arteezy's dead. He is dead for sure. Zai will get
He's
the first
morphing.
blood though, but he is morphing up everything he can, and he's going to live and move away. EG will take the first blood.
The battle begins.
And then
So Universe took the rune.
That was a pretty sick block by Ice though.
And Arteezy will have to take a long walk all the way back, though, so we'll slow him down a little bit, but
No neutrals to suicide too yet.
yeah.
This isn't gonna affect Artur too much. He's gonna
No.
get back to heal and he's gonna TP in time. He might miss one creep or so, but he's gonna morph down and then he's just gonna heal really fast and then TP back.
All
And,
right,
who got the first blood? Zai?
Yep.
Okay, so Zai is gonna have a. Did he start Windlace? Can we check his
No, Orb.
Yeah, okay. And Orb.
Oh, he had
okay,
both, yeah.
So he bought the Windlace then. Or he bought the Orb.
It's nice. Axe is going to get bullied back from the lane here quite a bit. We'll have to see how Wings can do in there. Set up in the short lane here, as they are going to bully back Universe as much as possible. You need a couple of stacks. You have to be careful of that, but lots of tussling here. Even a toss back early by Crit, and they'll get the kill. Nicely done by EG. Already off to a hot start 2-0. Need to do a full aggro setup there.
So this
Classic.
Axe is gonna be like now EG's game plan is like this Axe does not have Talon and he has Battle Hunger level 1. So if he doesn't get level 2 or make it hard for him to get level 2, his entire game is gonna be shut down.
Yeah, that's
So
what
it's
they're
like
doing.
yeah, they can literally just sit here and prevent him from getting level 2, and his game is super ruined because he has Battle Hunger. He went all in for the first blood.
We'll have to continue to touch base to see if they're going to be able to fend him off as
And
much as
meanwhile,
possible.
Universe is like, did he close he is. He's almost level 2. So, and he hasn't died, and he's also like preventing the Warlock from kind of getting free pull experience. So, and he's just now he's level 2.
As an offlane player, if you're in a situation like that, do you ever consider just saying, you know what, it's worth me dying if I can just get up there and soak level 2 so I can get to the jungle? Or is it just like, I definitely, don't want to give deaths or gold or something
I
like
don't
that?
think he can give the death right now, because he won't really get much besides the death. He will get level 2, but you're gonna give free gold to the enemy supports and experience. So it is kind of a weird situation.
Uh-oh.
God. He might turn on him here. Illusion blocks. And the right clicks. He's dead.
Down again. Axe.
Yeah, I mean, if EG's like feeling really good right now.
Yeah, that was super ideal.
Atheon's game is super ruined, and they're gonna buy smoke, and their play is to probably just kind of leave the Morphling top now, because Axe is completely worthless, and kind of owned with the Bat Raider. Play with the Bat.
We look at mid lane here in the Sniper Jug matchup right now. Sniper is leading ahead in the CS game 16 to Sumail's 14. Not too far off right there, but one thing going for Wings right now. But Axe unable, of course, to find a new home yet. Still able to get to that level 2. And the second he shows up in lane, even Arteezy's happy to waveform and force him all the way back and away.
Like you said, they're making that smoke move bottom right now. TP'd both supports.
Here comes EG. I don't know if Axe was handing off the message that Zai is missing, but this Warlock is in a position that he thinks he's on his own here.
They want the Luna though, but they'll take what they can get.
Yes, they will. And they go into Fireflight, they go into Telekinesis, they pull back the little crazy magician, and slowly but surely he will be withered away into his own demise. 4-0 EG, still unscratched.
Yeah, this is really good for EG. Maybe Faith can finally got level 2. The only Wings salvage play is to try and kill the Jug mid. But it's really hard for the Kunkka to roam on mid. It's hard for Wings in general to kind of really go and kill this Juggernaut. Because he's honestly unkillable in a way.
Yeah. It would take a serious misplay for the Sniper and Shrapnel or something.
They also can't go and kill the Morphling top. Like, he's obviously very hard to kill. So,
race for the 4-minute rune, and Blink notices that crit's there, so he cannot pursue, and they'll be able to hold that one off for Sumail instead. He'll get some shots in, because he's a sniper and he's annoying as hell. Oh, bottom lane, deep dive here as they go for Shadow, and they'll get it. They finally get that prized Luna grab, and Zai gets some shots in on this Warlock, but they will let him go. But nonetheless, they get what they come in for, and now EG continue. They're unscratched, 5-0.
I mean, this is massive. This is exactly what they needed in this laning phase in order to be able to fight at the like the early stages once everybody has their ultimates on Wings. But still, Wings do have massive team fight once they get to that point.
Talking to Wings and some other teams in China recently, if there is one almost clear weakness of this team, as much as you can say that for a team that's this good, it's probably in the laning phase. A lot of times they really struggle with that. And so that leads to the tri-laning that I mentioned earlier, and you're kind of seeing that this game. They've got to recover from that. But they do have excellent team fight execution, probably the best out there. So.
I mean, we saw it in the last game. Like, that's where their laning did suffer, but they were still able to pull off like a nice defensive hold in the bottom lane, where most teams would probably crumble and have to call GG at that point. Their team coordination is spectacular, but we'll have to see if it comes together as we do approach the mid lane here. They're trying to make a jump for Universe right now. They get the extra pullback, hit him with a nuke. They need a few more right clicks. Can they get it? The heal is there from Zai. And with also the power of the raindrops, of course, they will reflect off a lot of that damage, and no kill will be had for Wings.
He absorbed like basically 2 of the full Lucid beams in the mid lane.
Pull back for Sniper, a little too far forward. He's desperate to go for a TP. Can they finish him off? They will use the Omni Slash if necessary to get that little peeper down, and they will. 6-0. Don't see this very often, at least. You're talking about Wings in their
it's kind of funny.
laning phase, but
this
man.
all happened kind of from the level 1 stuff. Like, it just snowballed off that. And another reason this Kunkka here is not picked at all, if we like check click torrent, we can see how much damage it does. Hero does no damage at all anymore.
It's like 1 right click.
It's nothing.
Feels like it's only good for its misplacement / lock of a hero in its place. Even that, without your partner in crime, it's not the easiest to just land a casual torrent in this game.
I mean, them going for that first blood is just like really biting them in the ass, because the battle hunger as Sam mentioned on the Axe, and then yeah, Kunkka not able to really do too much in the laning phase.
Yeah, took 2 heroes out of the game for them, more or less.
Pretty
It's
much,
put a
yeah.
lot of pressure on their safe lane and elsewhere now, too.
Hanging around for a setup, but not going to be able to find anything there. We're looking early at the net worth, but most of it does belong to EG right now.
Well, if there's any team that can still come back from this, it's definitely them. So
Yeah.
they need to just get their Warlock level 6. They need to get Axe. I mean, they somehow need to get Axe Bling. That's gonna be really
Somehow.
hard.
But they also like they're struggling too because both their supports are super level dependent now.
They just have a very greedy lineup.
Yeah.
That said, though, are you content if you were Wings and you have their lineup to say, you know what, as long as we can hold our towers, maybe we can get this to mid to late and we'll have an advantage just based on our heroes? Do you think the draft favors them in that sense?
That's the thing. Like, I don't even think the draft. I mean, it's kind of weird, you know. Like, their team fight is definitely really good. EG has the whole Bat Rider thing, and they're gonna have Undying as well. So both team fights are honestly kind of even if you think about it. EG also has better scaling
Yeah.
because they have Morphling and Juggernaut, and it's like Wings wanted to be the one that's kind of playing up tempo.
EG already getting the better of that. Sumail commits with the Chrono, followed Blade Mail, and that will do it.
Chrono.
Sorry, I said Chrono, huh? Commits with the Omni. I'm sick. I'm just going to blame it on that.
Oh,
EG
Zai's getting
7-0.
beamed up.
And it looks like Wings will finally get a kill for themselves.
This guy
Blink
cannot
picks that one
die.
up,
They have
but
to help him.
He's got phase boots with Windlace. Yeah, he should be okay.
rotation into just to be safe. But they'll get their own X play here. Get some shots, but of course Sumail will be happy to Blade Fury off any trouble and pull out and away. Nothing too devastating here for EG. They will take their first loss, but Wings will obviously need a lot more to make up for it here.
Is he gonna die? Is he dead again?
He's gonna run, but where is our lift? Not
He's
even
dead again.
necessary. He's down
Every single
again.
time. Every single time he's shown onto the lane, he's actually just gone and dove.
Get him, get him, get him. Oh man, they're deep committing, and then they see the Luna come in, and they just change course and go right for her instead. She's forced to trigger out the ulti and hope for the best, but it's not going to be good enough. That damage mitigated, even with the Fatal Bonds on top of it, it's not going to be good enough. Shot flies out, but it's not enough to get the finish, and Arteezy also going to be able to TP away. EG will lose a little crit, but nothing else on the back of it. A Luna takedown, a Warlock takedown, and an Axe takedown. Ice may be able to slay the zombie, though. Oh, no. Blink will get it, and he gets a double kill. That's not too bad. Double kill on the Sniper.
Actually ends up being pretty okay, but Shadow TPing and using ultimate was definitely very unfortunate for Wings. Yeah, there's so many creeps. I mean, he also got very unlucky bounces, but it was pretty ambitious.
Yeah, Blink's kind of the lone bright spot for them right now, but
Yeah.
they're also pretty good at holding their towers, relatively speaking, right now.
Yeah.
EG doesn't siege it particularly well.
That is the one weakness of EG's lineup. They are kind of slow on that.
Yeah, Morph and Jug take some time to be able to take down buildings. Morph's good if he's like completely alone doing it, but
This is if Sniper dies here. Hopefully, I mean, Kunkka can maybe tank it.
Oh boy. Blink begins to run back.
He's
They
still
swipe
shrapnel.
the shrapnel. They dish it out. They spot Ice instead, and they'll settle for that.
still Shrapnel's amazing.
But that's a fantastic spell to take. Not hard to steal.
The problem is Luna can't even lane bottom now. The bat's level, what level is he? He's level 7. He's already like, I mean, he's just kind of annoying. He can't really lane versus him. He's always afraid. There's one rotation, the bat rider will kill him. So he has no like, and he also has no clips.
They're gonna make a play around the Luna.
Deep smoke, way inside the base.
They've got Rock.
Really want to make sure that their approach is in disguise here. Sumail doing that Omni Slash run right now, trying to go towards the Warlock a bit. But then comes across the Luna, and that's when they make their go. They're going to be dropping the rock right above, and that's when the Omni Slash does come out. Sumail only gets a couple of bounces and tries to Blade Fury back it away while they put their assault onto crit. They will get that finish. Sumail a man on the run, but the shrapnel's out. They'll get that kill too. Double special coming the way of Wings on that one, and Blink gets another one too.
Game salvaged.
Yep, game salvaged.
That was a bit ambitious, especially with that tower still there so they get people in. And I was just going to mention what AUI said the last game. These times where you think that someone's vulnerable and they already have the heroes there waiting. And kind of a bit of a situation like that there, but I think that was a bit ambitious.
I mean, that was the
regardless.
Warlock having 6, and it kind of like they gave him a way to use the rock.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he couldn't really use rock, but then you gave him a way to use the rock, so it's like the rock is useful.
I think they're just
They got
very
a double
deep.
kill.
Like
Yeah.
they only saw a warlock.
Well,
they
that's the
didn't really
thing,
see
right?
anything
If
else
they're
on the
not,
map.
if they're not there, and what does the warlock rock do? Like
Yeah.
they can't kill anyone on the map with the rock, because they have 3 escapes on all heroes. They have like it has to be the Kunkka X or something, and then you rock on top.
Yeah,
Or,
no.
both in Torrent.
Now Ice is also getting really good levels on the Kunkka, so level 6, and they have a massive ancient stack. What is that? 5?
I don't know, man. That's a lot of freaking gold.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can I count? I
That
can
will help an axe out.
Or the Luna, and if they can hold their towers, especially, it's going to be easier for them to.
Can we
be
click
able
the
to
axe?
stack.
What is he going? Is he going to go Vanguard?
Straight blink, it looks like. Speaking of blinks, Universe gets one of his own.
maybe he's gonna go buy something. He looks like it. He didn't go back to base, so.
What's the like item you get when you can't
I
go
think
right
he
to a
might go
blink
the-
dagger?
Yeah,
I
he
think he'll
might
go
the
Vanguard, right? Yeah.
Okay then.
I mean, that camp's gonna give him like 1,000 gold or more, actually, like 1,400 or so.
So they're gonna be able to farm with the Warlock heal, as well as the axe tanking it.
Yep.
So and that's gonna be Axe's way back into this game, as well as the thing he got earlier as well. He got like 2.
Look, they want to fight.
It's a nice game to be Rubik, huh? There's a lot of stuff you can steal.
Yeah,
There's a
it's-
lot of sweet,
of-
juicy stuff you can steal, Jack.
Under attack.
Got rocks, you got eclipses, you got shrapnels with assassinates,
Fatal Bonds,
X.
next Torrent Boat. Everything's pretty good.
I'm just
They'll
gonna name
clear
every
that
spell.
Ancients real soon, and I think this is smart. They realize that they managed to get that bait once on EG coming into the jungle, but the
Yeah,
next
smart.
time they don't want to take a full fight there.
This is like the typical Wings position right here, right near their ancients.
Envy says he hates that so much.
It's such a taunt. It's such
so
a tease.
annoying. The constant canceling of assassinate right there.
Just do it, man.
He's got Dragonlance too. It could be just so far away. Crit comes in, he gets hit immediately the next, and then the boat flies through him. And that may be it. And the Crit just a man on his own mission. But now Universe steps in, gets the lasso pullback, but that's where the rock gets dropped right there. Fatal Bond's also onto the mix. EG eating a lot of hard-hitting damage. Axe going in deep for it. They won't be able to get the finish on Universe, but a return fire is the Omni Slash will allow them to get the takedown of the Warlock, who already got everything up he needs. Blake is doing most of the work, dishing out the horsepower from the back end side, but Arteezy shows up to play, gets himself a killing spree, and Wings will lose 3.
Crit stole Eclipse too. At the end, yeah, he hasn't even used it.
Ooh, yummy.
I think Rubik got kind of lucky that they messed up the boat combo, but I think that it was still kind of a bait from Crit to go in, making them go on him so they can get better
What does the
positioning.
Axe have now? He has Vanguard.
Vanguard
now.
finished, yeah.
Yeah, there was the show on the Blink. Crit kind of just charged through no man's land.
Yeah, dude, that was insane. He lived too. I love it.
Well, Artur is gonna have a really like it's just so really fast seconds.
Yeah, he's gonna have a good game.
305, 112 CS.
It's pretty good. It goes right back to his safe nook up there in the top lane, and as we can see, Axe begins to go to work on the very, very girthy stack of Ancient camp here.
Earthy.
Girthy, it's my word. Don't use it. Gotta get that Blink Dagger though. Chop it on him.
Yeah, it's gonna give him a good acceleration.
That's pretty. That's gotta feel pretty good. He was like what, 0 and 4, and every time he showed up in the lane, just EG were there ready to take him down, and suddenly, right after he picks up his Vanguard, he's got about 1,500 gold. That's nice. And what's Sniper going for? He's going for the Maelstrom here, which we were saying in the last game seems to be a Wings kind of a thing. An item to be able to kind of push out the waves even faster, create the space, and see exactly what EG's up to.
Super cost-effective damage on a Sniper as well. It's probably one of the best items you can get. After Dragonlance, of course.
Oh yeah.
Also, a lot of snipers we saw in the past go for that kind of beefier or move speed type of
Yeah.
build to kite, but in this case, if he feels
Use
that
the
he's got to
smoke.
farm more and get that going, the Maelstrom allows him to do it safely a
Yeah.
little bit quickly.
Well, this depends on the path that Shadow and Kunkka take. Oh, okay, they're going this way, and they're gonna run into the Warlock.
Oh, yes, they will. Warlock just below, but they make the jump instead for the Accent.
Stolen Eclipse.
Eclipse comes out from Crit, and certainly helps the matter. They quickly wipe out 2.
Made it so they couldn't even respond in time. That was sick.
Really good smoke. And now Wings kinda has to give this tower up.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Wings looking to go down without too much of a fight. They'll dish out the shrapnels, they'll dish out the torrents, trying to slow them down, but this tower is not set for this world here. EG will take it. They will
Denied.
Oh, yep, that's Blink. His little peep comes out.
Blink and you'll miss it.
So Wings should definitely expect some kind of obs ward around their
Exactly.
ancients now. See if Innocence gets the D word off.
I like it, man. I think that was the first joke of this whole cast we've had so far.
I don't know, dude. Was it though? Boots travel now.
I mean, you're
for-
casting, so it's a joke.
Oh shit.
I love you. Arteezy now. What did he get? He already had, oh, Boots of Travel.
Boots,
Okay,
yeah.
Boots of Travel. So now much easier for him to be able to participate in fights, since EG would be able to kind of give him the heads up something's going down here. And we see the Luna going to have to kind of go elsewhere. She still trails behind.
He's not feeling very good right now.
By all the cores, you know.
Losing your tier 1 and everything like
The
that.
axe is catching up to the Luna. I mean, certainly Ancient Stack helps, but, you know,
Yeah.
Luna's been put on the table for a bit.
Puts you in an awkward spot when you lose all your tier 1s as a Luna. You just like don't really have like the safest place to farm. Especially when like axe are
Phaeton might die here.
Yeah.
He's dead.
Oh, but he's going for his blink, though. And there's going to be the stun in. There's going to be the lasso. There's the pullback. Arteezy probably saving the waveform and then dishes it out. Gets the finish.
He's definitely tilted.
What do you think, Jack? Do wings tilt? Oh, hold on. There we go. Well, they fire back at least, and they're going to be able to get the Zai kill.
I mean, maybe they don't tilt as a team, but I'm sure he's feeling kind of bad, you know.
They do tilt, and apparently in TI after the first game or the first loss against DC, things also kind of came to a head for them. So they definitely do tilt. That said, though, FaithBN, I've heard some other players talk about him this weekend, and it's kind of like, you know what? Regardless of what this guy has or how shut down he's been, he somehow still manages to do his job all the time. We've seen how many times he's on that Sand King, like that game where he's got the Tranquil Boots, buys back, stuns 4 people, hits a Disruptor, and still gets off his ult. I mean, somehow he manages to be in the right spot. And I think Fak was talking about his clockwork as well. And so I wouldn't be surprised. He's probably a little tilted right now, but you know, I feel like he'll come back and do FaithBN things for the rest of this game.
I mean, they were kind of tilted last night, right, because of you?
wow. I was just interpreting for you, so it was you that was putting the
He's
we
putting
heard-
the blame on you.
We heard about that. We heard about that in the last couch while doing his wings investigation work.
He's just
But-
flaming.
It wasn't really investigation,
He's
right?
literally
I
just
was-
flaming.
It
No,
was
it was
great. It was great.
No, I was like trolled it or something.
I remember some of what you said. I think we'll share some of that here. You know, you went up to Blink and you said, you know, how did it feel to be mid with Juggernaut and you have 2 CS when the other mid has 30?
And then FaithBN started flaming him something.
that was the first time I've seen Blink actually curse or get a little bit upset. You really hit the
But then
spot there.
He gave me a
So-
hug after. Thanks, my boy.
I think you also triggered Shadow a little bit because you asked him about that time where he was Slark and got caught at the Ancients, and that caused his teammate to say, "Oh, I told you he was there with the gem, talking about the Bat Rider," and then Shadow was like, "I didn't see it." So that started a bit of
It
an argument.
rekindled the whole
Turmoil.
thing.
Yeah.
And,
That's
what,
the Bulba
What
factor.
Ice Ice loves to say in Chinese, he always tells people, like, you know, stop starting shit, basically. And after you said that, he was like, yeah, well, Bulba succeeded this time.
Trying to assassinate Wings, Boba.
He's like, so, how about that time you fucked up?
You remember that time? Because we all remember.
I have just lit the match.
I remember.
Here comes Wings. They're looking to kind of take the initiative back here. They have Luna out in front. Maybe baiting, maybe not. But EG not in the neighborhood at the moment.
Dire's top tower
They are
is
down
under
south
attack.
right now,
Dire's
making their
top
own
tower
waves,
is
planting some
under
wards, maintaining some vision. Wings will settle for a tier 1 instead. Looks like a movement into Greaves could be there for Zai. There's the jump, and that's the Blink debut onto Arteezy. The Eclipse is not even hitting him at all. It's going for all the creeps instead, so he's fine.
And he stole
Backs
Eclipse.
on up. Eclipse was taken from Crit. Does he decide to unleash it right now? Looks like he'll reserve it.
He has been ditched. quite
Axe
hard.
is just like, all right, that's it. It's me versus the world. Let's go. Runs through the trees.
gives the tombstone a smack.
He's like, screw this tombstone.
Chest morphling things.
You know, that said, that was a good ditch. I think that was definitely a
Solid
good
ditch. Definitely the right call to make. You don't want to go into a fight and you have a
And that guy's
Rubik who
not
has an
dying.
Eclipse ready to go. Deep dive in for little Blink here. They pull right back to Sumail. They will drop the rock. Sumail was already in the Omni Slash though. Oh, nice heal does come out. Could save Blink here. He's even earned up 2. On the other side, that Fatal Bonds continues to go on forward. They will get the finish onto Crit. Arteezy's here. A long adaptive strike. Not enough to get the finish, but then they will get it. It's in the hands of Zai, who takes that one. Blink back in action, was able to swipe another kill before retreating back home, making it a 3-for-2 trade.
Shadow died there, so that was
Yeah.
bad for Wings.
Rough stuff.
And EG didn't lose the Morphling or the Juggernaut. So I mean, if anything's going well, the sniper is getting a lot of kills though. He's getting a lot of return kills. He's kind of just chilling in the back and getting these assassinates off.
Yeah, the gold is going from Faith Beyond's hands into EG's and into Blink's right now.
Yeah.
That's true.
On the other hand, though, I think Crit's Eclipse beams have hit more heroes than Shadows have, so that's not something good.
Yeah,
if you're a
That
Wings
top
fan.
lane was so unfortunate.
I think it hit only creeps. I
Yeah.
don't think it hit the Morphling at all.
Very unfortunate. But here we see EG able to take advantage of the opportunity as they move back into the Roche pick. Wings will have no say whatsoever in this matter. Be a pick up by Arteezy. It's here. And yeah, I don't know. The Wings, are they hoping to fall back into a kind of a turtling position where, remember when the last time Sniper was really relevant? Just hanging in deep inside your own base and hoping for comebacks that way, pissing everyone off, including the viewers.
This is certainly not the VP style sniper where he just extends their range of aggression so much and he's just always the one fighting into you. This is going to be quite the opposite if they manage to pull it out.
It's gonna be the base sniper.
Yeah, that turtly, annoying one. But might be able to get the job done. His items, he's looking pretty stacked. He's got Shadow Blade now. Did he have that for the last fight? I don't think so.
He picked it up after the last kill.
So now he has maybe a possible get out of jail free card. Has shown it.
Shadow's not happy though. He doesn't. He just has like Treads, Dragonlance, like Yasha, and then a Dominator. Not where he wants to be at all. Sitting so far behind the other cores of EG. Ideally, you'd want to be like a little bit ahead of a Juggernaut as a Luna. Like when you're behind as a Luna, it's like probably the worst feeling ever.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can't
especially
just,
because the ancient stack all went to the axe too.
Yeah. So he
Yeah.
doesn't even have like, even though he has the Dominator, he doesn't have the recovery.
exactly, you can't just freely stack those camps and run
Morphling
around.
just got E-Blade.
Maybe he should be using a creep around too, like to tank Omni Slashes and stuff. Probably bringing one with his Dominator.
Looked like Axe was taking that next stack too, so gonna have to continue to look elsewhere for any sort of farm possible.
Has he just been using the Dominator to stack, or does it just not even have a Dominator creep? I haven't actually been seeing it one too often.
His
on
dominated
Luna.
creep has been Ice so far.
That is okay. So, yeah, because it just came up off cooldown, so I think that I don't know. Maybe it died somewhere, but I think that keeping that thing around is probably more than good.
Here they have Shadow in lane in hopes that, I don't know, maybe that EG kind of pull off what they did earlier, migrate towards the bottom lane, but doesn't seem to be the case here. EG kind of reading the situation well, knowing that they're farming a bit better, and actually look to be making a move themselves now. A full team smoke, with the exception of this man here, Arteezy, who's going to be knocking up the tower. EG wait to see if anyone wants to defend it, and that's when they'll probably consider a strike.
They can't even bait Arteezy at this point, because I don't think Wings...
Yeah, they're like, I'm good. I don't need to fight that guy. That's fine. It's fine.
Bobo lost his headset, guys. He's back.
That was very great.
It was Grant. Oh man, Grant, what a bully.
Tier 2 goes down. Arteezy will not have to worry about any sort of defense whatsoever, while Blink tries to fend off a bit of what's happening in the mid lane.
Saw that? Crit's trying to trigger Blink. He's just chain assassinating him.
Oh, this axe needs blade man.
Taste of his own medicine, I like
He
that.
doesn't have Bulba's triggering skill, so I don't think that'll work.
Oh shit, now you're throwing shots.
No, Sniper's throwing
A
shots.
Luna.
There we go. We got jokes.
Dad jokes.
He's dead.
Oh, he is dead.
Hello, how you doing? That's going to be a hog tied up. Pulled back Luna. Arteezy shoots her down after she's tied up, and it's straight out of a Western.
Arteezy can almost. I think Arteezy can actually just one-shot her by himself now soon.
Not looking good for our TI6 champions. A loss here, gentlemen, means that they are out of the summit. And Zai just drops down the tombstone. The second Ice Ice comes up, and he will let the ship sail and hopes to stay alive. But Arteezy hits him up with the E-Blade. Still holding on for now. The Coco Rum doing its work. Help me. Not going to get it. Sumail will not let him go, and now he flies into the base with an Omni Slash and also gets the finish on the Warlock too. That was just wonderful.
It's like, sorry, why you're tanking this one?
And he even gets a defusal on the way back. All right, nicely done there. And that takes out 3 from Wings as it goes bad from bad to worse.
They haven't been able to obviously because of like this laning phase mistakes, like they haven't even been able to really like team fight in a way. It's just like these little scrappy engagements that benefits EG.
Silver Edge now for the little peep. But this tier 2 not set for this world. You get it? And they'll
This is
pull
like
right
a
back
stark
out.
contrast to the last tournament because Wings looked like kind of invincible at Northern Arena. They've been having a few rough ones in this tournament. They just took down Artur with the Blade Mill.
Yeah, Jack, I don't know if you heard that from our first game when Virtus Pro were here on the couch, but they had felt that when they faced off against Wings, that they only faced off against half of Wings, you know, of their potential, really.
Wings were utterly unsurprised by how they performed against Virtus Pro. I think it's taken some time after TI for them to really get back into form. They had contract negotiations for a really long time, and for them to start playing again, it really took a bit for them. And I don't think they feel that they're like, you know, the Wings that they were yet at this point.
They're not playing RPGs, right? That's not a Wings. That's not Wings. They're playing Dota.
That's a Lothar's Morphling coming out.
Blade Mill.
Lothar's your blue.
Shadow Blade, sorry.
Oh, Universe goes in, finds a prize on the sniper. That will trigger out the chaotic offering, and then that's when action really breaks out. A trade apiece right now, but with Blink going down at the start of this whole thing, it is not looking so good for the rest of Wings here. Universe will be able to secure a double kill. Arteezy jumps in and gets a quick slash takedown, and now he's looking for the follow-up. Precious, poor little Shadow is dead. He will be dropped. Wings still looking to fight. A buyback is there for Faith Beyond as he jumps in and gets the call on for Universe and should be able to get the finish. Zai also very weak and wounded. Trying to make it back in a way. Hits him with the urn to prevent the blink, and we'll be fine.
It was a really good go by there by Universe after Faith Beyond messed up his initiation. So.
Yeah, he missed the chance to get. He missed the dunk as well, which kind of hurt a bit, but.
Okay, they got Arteezy here, hanging out nearby, farming, but
He saved his boat, but did he do it in time? No. He was holding it too. He held it for that moment, but boat travel time is pretty.
it's a slow boat.
Pretty
It's
awful.
not a speed boat. It's not going to get there in time. Arteezy will be able to make it away, and I believe that means it was a
Silver Edge.
4-for-3 trade. It did cost Wings a buyback. One buyback, right?
AUI build.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the axe. But given how that fight started, that's probably about as good as it gets there. He managed to get a kill on Sumail. Given the sniper basically instantly died without dealing much damage.
Yeah, it was like the best of a worst situation for sure. Tower stayed up too, so they didn't really get anything, and they lost their gem. So I'd say that was actually kind of like maybe even a win. No, axe buying back. Yeah, it's probably fairly even.
Shit.
Oh, man. I mean,
And dewarded.
that's what. Okay. I mean, sometimes you're a support, and it's like, I got to get this ward out there. It may cost my life.
And then it gets instantly dewarded.
And then
You're
he
like,
dies,
"Wow."
and at his dead body on the ground's watching his ward just get denied. It's like
It's
the
like,
ultimate
please,
sadness.
No.
Because, I mean, he has no more chaotic offering. He has no other real fight to give until it's back up. They tried to get something out there, EG. Slap him in the face. Get him right back indoors. And
So-
now EG take to the top lane here. Still have, like, you know, just under a minute to work around that Warlock ulti. So we'll see if they can make the best of the situation.
He's definitely like they're kind of playing patient, just like last game. They're not giving like they're not really throwing the game by how they're playing. They're not like you know, the second game they kind of just chilled. They got really calm, and they want to fight around Roshan and they won the game. So they're kind of gonna do the same thing. I think this game they're gonna wait for the Aegis to respawn, and they're gonna wait for that, and then they're gonna go. They're not gonna throw the game right now.
Yeah, they're being safe.
They're going to throw the game later.
They might.
I mean, Arteezy, they're probably clicking on this Luna and being like, dude, he still just has Yasha Dominator. Like, he's really crippled. Almost double net worth on Arteezy now.
What's
Yeah,
the
it's a struggle.
itemization for Wings? Do you get like Lincolns and Force Staff and try to stop the initiations or the morph? Or like, what's your itemization here at this point if you're trying to get back into this game?
I mean, it's Wings, right? They don't like to build BKBs.
Well, I think the
think
The
Lincoln's
Luna
is good.
needs the BKB, honestly. Can't fight at all without the BKB. He's just gonna get E-bladed. The sniper's gonna stay in the back, so he doesn't really need a BKB. And okay, he's going Lincoln's then?
He's going
Or
Manta.
Yeah. So the Manta.
He doesn't want to get the BKB yet. I mean, he wants to at least try to make it last 10 seconds as long as possible. If he once he does get it, if he does.
Just one Manta, though. Still so far behind everyone else as far as cores go. That Roche is back up, and EG hesitate not one bit. They get right in there and get that Aegis, knowing that this could be the ticket they need to secure a move into the next round and face OG. If they have anything to say about it.
This high ground is going to be really hard for Wings to defend because they're going to have a Morphling Aegis as well as the replicate of the Juggernaut. I think Morphling can just make a Juggernaut replicate, and you have Juggernaut replicate is one of the best to make because he has very low base attack time, as well as high agility. So he's going to be able to do a lot of damage to the tower along with the replicate, as well as the Tombstone on the top. So I wonder how Wings is going to actually defend this high ground.
Yeah, it's like if anyone shows, they just get shotgun too.
Be pretty cool if you get a replicate off on the sniper, use that for a low ground siege.
Take that as tribute.
We'll see here as Wings will be able to kind of continue. They've been pruning these wards out in their front yard, it feels like, for 5 minutes now, to make sure EG don't have any sort of easy approach.
Yeah, they're getting suffocated pretty hard.
They really are. I mean, all the farm is totally delegated to just like Sniper and Luna at this point. Everyone else is just kind of walking from lane to lane, being there for their cores just in case EG do suddenly come out from the woodwork. But overall, it seems like for Wings, they're preparing for high ground defense. I say that, now here they are going out into the bottom lane and fending off the creeps, putting themselves in a position outside the base for now, where EG are somewhat close by.
So any other outcome of this game other than EG win? Does this go on the when did EG last throw train, or?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I think it's super hard for them to like throw this game right now. It can definitely happen, but they're just gonna use the Morphling Aegis, and I don't see how Wings can kill this Morphling twice. He's a 2-pawn. Plus he has bots as well, so
3 lives, basically.
see what Sumail gets. Away from Manta on our store, and they're gonna probably go with the Manta.
Maybe they're just being super safe. No risk.
Sumail could just go Butterfly, because he can Butterfly and then use the replicate for Butterfly, or even AC.
I'm very anxious to see how Wings can high ground defend. I imagine, as already talked about plenty of times, EG are going to be playing it safe, and they'll slow siege it, they'll utilize replicates and such to be able to wither down, but one bad move, one bad, let's say, Universe sees an opportunity to try to go for like a lasso pull-out like your Bat Rider does, and he happens to misstep. It could lead to a very, very strong hold by Wings. You got Rock to work with, a jumping Axe, a Sniper who is going to be in his own territory where you're not going to be able to dive that deep to get him. EG have to make sure that when they do make that high ground approach, they make it count.
They've got Mjolnir now in Sniper too, so he can throw that on the Axe whenever he initiates. If they get a good positioning for it, it could do lots of deeps.
And Shadow Blade on Universe's Bat Rider now. So
We did talk about the blade mail importance on Axe earlier and how annoying that is for the Morphling, and so it almost feels like they need a perfect blade mail call with the Warlock stuff coming down too to be able to take a fight.
It's Morphling's hunting. Dude, he's not going BKB. Just don't like it.
Dire's top tower is
He's
under
gonna go for probably what, Lincoln's next?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Abyssal soon to come for Sumail. It looks like that Manta now complete for Arteezy. And he gets right back into his movement of farm here. So EG hoping to kind of get to their critical mass before they try to close things out against Wings.
But Jack, is that like is that a Wings thing too? They don't like buying BKBs, or do they just like saving them for a super late game, or they just don't feel like it's necessary?
Well, I think in this case they're worried about obviously the bat and the shotgun as well, and the damage from that rather than the BKB, which obviously they can wait out. And I think in general they don't like it as much. It's a really good point you brought up as some other items. I noticed that around like TI time they would be getting a lot of Lotus Orbs instead of BKBs.
Exactly.
So it's similar cost obviously, but I think they're a team that won't just be like, I don't want the item where I could just press the button and worry about immunity. I want to be able to have the higher skill cap item that could give me more effect. And so,
Help me, my friends! Axe, man, he just got... That was like a scary movie where they just grab someone and pull him into the mist. They never see him again. Axe was pulled out from his own home, and he's gone for good.
That's a lot of damage from that Ethereal Blade Adaptive Strike. But yeah, in most of the games I do see like Wings really likes to prioritize getting just like, you know, these items that can scale and farm harder, while it's like these BKBs become weaker and weaker, so the later you get it, obviously the better it is.
right, and you saw that with the
He is in the base, and he tried.
Okay.
You saw that with the DC game too, getting that Yules and kind of knowing that once the BKBs go down, they can basically chain disables non-stop with the Yules on their heroes. And same with Lotus Orb. I think they feel that if they use it and skill it properly, it ends up having more effect than a BKB because it can hurt you as well. They're a team that will say, you know, what are the details of this? What makes this a better item than the BKB? And can we play well enough to make that happen? And they'll usually go towards doing that. And when you have a team whose philosophy of picking goes towards such versatility where they have to be able to execute so many heroes, that's kind of like a general way of thinking for them, I feel.
Yeah, I've seen them like every little thing matters to them, like little nitpicks, like, you know, obviously the interaction with Warlock when they pick the Panda, like all these random like little things, like the Razor thing with the Bloodlust, like I mentioned before.
So EG did not try and go high ground with the.
What was that, Boba?
EG did not try and go high ground with the Aegis. They're kind of just chilling outside, trying to get some pickoffs.
This does feel just very, very safe for EG.
Yeah.
Which can't fault them. It's game 3, you know? Game 3. There's prize pool difference between this game and the next one.
Well, they're going in.
It's money in itself. Wings feel like they got to make a call. Jump in, look to go for Zy. Going to get rid of the Undying first and foremost. He's good for now, but eventually not going to be there. Now the Chaotic Offering will get dropped right on top with the Eclipse here, but EG still only have lost one. They're able to backpedal a bit, and Wings don't get enough, so they may have to just hightail it back inside the base. They'll leave the Rock out to deal with what's left over, but I'm sure committing all those ultis, that is not the outcome you were hoping for.
These guys like never make spellcasting mistakes or errors at all. In fact, that fight in particular looked like it had quite a lot. But it's also, you know, they're fighting at such a deficit, it makes it much harder.
Yeah.
Well, now there's no rock, so EG's gonna maybe try and do some damage. Well, Axe is still up though, so
Yeah.
they might not YOLO yet.
They just want to go in.
He's
I
just
love
like
it. Look at that.
outside, not near his. Hey! Quick Yules.
Really good play.
And then a lift. They do get him off the Glimmer though. And EG will
Here
pull
comes
away.
Sumail on the back.
Oh, Sumail now way in there. Omni Slash mitigating between them all. He's stuck inside the base. They might punish him for this, and it looks like they will. Call's there. Sumail's out. Okay. Maybe a little overzealous trying to get the Omni Assassinate there.
I think he thought that his team was going to go in, I guess.
Yeah, no. I think, yeah, because they failed that Yule's initiation, right?
Yeah, it looked like he was just like
yeah.
expecting them to follow up.
Are we a step closer to getting the website ready?
That's like step 1 of, what would you guys say, 5-step program? Something like that.
It has to be like a 7-step.
That's like
You
a
think 7
60-day
steps
program.
with,
man.
with a sniper and a Luna? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, Sumail was, what, one of the highest net worth, second highest net worth. That does hand over a pretty good share. And
I mean, that hurts.
who got
that
the kill?
definitely hurts.
Who got the kill on that too? I'm curious who gets the biggest reward for that.
It was split amongst the team.
Oh, okay, okay.
It's very difficult for EG to fight into these confined spaces at all. And, you know, we kind of talked about this a little bit with the draft. Like, that is an issue for them. Like, obviously they establish map control, and you don't want to be caught alone with any of these heroes. But if you're talking about these team engagements in a limited area, it's not the easiest for EG to fight into.
I would be a little nervous for whatever reason. The sniper just getting like a full item set, you know, to the point where like he's able to pocket like a moon shard or something. He's gonna do a lot of
They have the ward
deceptive
there. They might
damage
be
in
running to the
fights.
ward. EG's running to it. That's Ice.
Yeah, they get the lasso pull back on the little
That's their gem too.
Kunkka. And he's glimmered. He gets off the Greaves. He's running away. He's alive. And the gem's good for now. New Glimmer will be there. Faith Beyond, the bodyguard for him. Takes the major damage here. Will eventually go down. Does have a buyback. Sumail goes for another Omni. But Sniper's able to make it to the high ground right now and get some shots off from there.
Instant buyback.
EG split all apart. And yeah, as mentioned, the buyback comes out for Max. They will take a tombstone, but that will be the end of it. A little bit of flirting
Did he buy back last time too? Where's he getting gold for these buybacks?
I mean, he's running out of gold.
Like he has these items, and he's like, this is fine.
That was a little bit of a mistake there by Universe. Like he was a bit afraid of the initiation stuff, so he went out of range. So they lost vision of the Kunkka for that last auto attack on the Morphling.
And that was the difference too. He was able to scoot himself out from trouble.
At least they got Faith Beyond though, you know?
Yeah,
It was just
yeah.
a consolation prize.
Trade it for a better pick. That's true. But again, this is more stall time right now for Wings, where we felt like EG were in a position where they could have potentially closed this out 10 minutes ago if things worked out really well.
Now Wings knows there's a ward there in their jungle, the cliff.
Yeah.
So they're probably not gonna go there alone.
And now EG will be able to easily move
Third Aegis, so
into
this
the
one's
pit.
gonna have.
All of them uncontested.
6 slotted Morphling. Very soon.
He'll take the cheese, but yeah. Oh no, never mind. Swaps it out for
Give it a crit.
an Aegis. And obviously we'll look to replace that slot with the Scotty in the future, it looks like, if he plans on holding in that Orb of Venom. But Wings have taken their business up here all the way to the top lane. This is the furthest we've seen them leave their base in quite a while.
Problem now is Axe has no buyout, so the original plan was him go in and then force the buyout.
Uh-oh. Bye-bye.
Ouch, ouch, oh! That was cruel.
Their plan for the high ground was probably to go in with the Axe, use Call and Blade Mill on core, and then he will die, most likely, and then he buys out. Then he's just going to go again, but without buyout on the Axe, he's a lot of their damage, honestly, the Axe. The Blade Mail itself can nullify the course.
So imagine EG looking to push within that buyback window here as they are in high ground now. Arteezy takes the initiative on going into work for this tier 3. Snipes begin to fly out here, but it's not stopping the damage. Tier 3 goes down. Jump in, call. This is with the axe, or the X marks the spot. Decent damage, but then gets Yulesed up. Arteezy goes right back into the work onto the racks that repositions. They're going to be able to blast down the axe, and he's out of the game right now. Moving on forward, Luna eating a bit of damage. Pops out the Eclipse after Arteezy jumps in. With Blink going down, and Luna also not set for this world. This could be game.
Yeah,
Looks like it's it.
Luna will buy back, but she's the only one to be able to contribute any sort of relevant damage, and that is not nearly enough to stop the full force of EG from taking out your base. But Little Shadow will not go out without a fight. He's looking to slay some zombies, really.
Nice play there by EG, sending Universe and probably Sumail on the wrap around.
Yeah.
Take that sniper down.
And that's GG.
That's game. Wings Gaming are eliminated from the Summit 6, and Evil Geniuses will move on into the next round to face OG tomorrow before the grand final.
They were in such a deficit in the laning phase. Like, it was literally just comeback. They were trying to do comebacks the whole time, and EG didn't really give them many opportunities. Maybe like 1 or 2, but yeah, EG played definitely a very clean game. They even had some like I like both the moves that they did there too. They like X the axe to get like the blink call. Arteezy dodged it with waveform.